Hello guys! In today's video, aalamin natin kung bakit nga ba ang derivative ng secant x is secant x times tangent x. At ngayon, ituturo ko sa inyo ang mga step-by-step procedure on how to prove that the derivative of secant x is secant x times tangent x by using the first principle of derivative or yung tinatawag nilang limit process. So, before we start, ito yung mga equation na gagamitin dito sa pag-prove. F prime of x is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of the function x plus h minus the initial function or f of x all over h. So the next one is function of x is equal to secant of x. So siya po yung ating i-prove na function. Sunod naman is f of x plus h is equal to the secant of x plus h. So now this secant x is equal to 1 over cosine x. This one is cosine x plus h. Siya po yung tinatawag na sum and difference of two angles ng trigonometric function ni cosine. So, ang equal niya is cosine x times cosine h subtracted to sine x multiplied to sine x. Sunod naman is the limit of x approaches 0 of sine x all over x is equal to 1. Limit as x approaches 0 of 1 minus cosine x all over x is equal to 0. So itong dalawang to na may factors ng limit of trigonometric function, gagamitin natin siya sa pag-prove ng derivative. Very useful po siya. Pag di natin to alam, hindi natin to mapuprove natin. So, let's begin. So, first step, we write the first principle of derivative is equal to, diretso po, limit as h approaches 0 of secant x plus h minus secant x all over that h. So, sunod natin gagawin is, di ba, sinabi ko sa inyo, ang reciprocal ni secant is cosine. So, ito, i-expand natin siya. Then, ito, 1 over cosine x all over h. Sunod, i-multiply natin yung both denominators sa numerator. Parang ganito siya. Yung cosine x dito. Then yung cosine x plus h dito. Then cosine x times 1 is cosine x. Minus cosine x plus h times 1 is cosine x plus h. Okay. All over, yung common denominator natin is just multiplying cosine x and to the cosine x plus h all over that h. Sunod naman, gagawin natin, gagamitin natin itong equation na to, yung kanina sinambit ko, na yung sum of two angles ni cosine dito. Ibig sabihin, i-expand natin siya. Yung numerator lang ang i-expand natin, hindi na itong nasa denominator. Okay? So, copy cosine x subtracted to cosine x, ito, times cosine h minus, diretso na natin. So, negative, pag dinistribute natin dito, dito muna negative. So, minus siya. Okay? Then, negative times negative, pag dinistribute natin, magiging positive. So, plus sine x multiplied to sine h. All over that, itong denominator natin. Ito, tandaan nyo, wag nyo na pong i-expand. Cosine x multiplied to cosine x plus h. All over the variable h. Ngayon, i-multiply natin both numerator and denominator by this term. So, cosine x plus h. Then, dito naman sa baba, cosine x multiplied to cosine x plus h. So, this term divide out, leaving behind h multiplied to cosine x times cosine x plus h. So, yun lang. So, copy, limit as h approaches 0, cosine x minus cosine x times cosine h plus sine x multiplied to sine h all over, wala na to. So, ito na lang i-copy natin. So, h times cosine x multiplied to cosine x plus h. Sunod na gagawin natin is, i-factor out natin to kasi factorable siya. Then, at the same time, i-separate natin into two fractions. H approaches 0. So, cosine x, diretso na. Ang 1 minus cosine h all over h cosine x plus h. Then, i-add natin sa ito. Sin x times sin h all over h times cosine x multiplied to cosine x plus h. So, iayos natin yung equation. Then, gagamitin natin tong mga limit factors natin. So, we need some space. Mura natin. Ayan. Rewrite limit as h approaches 0. So, limit as h approaches 0. Ito, ayusin muna natin yung equation. Kasi gagamitin natin tong principle na to. So, 1 minus cosine h muna. All over h. Then, i-multiply natin siya sa natitira. Cosine x all over cosine x times cosine x plus h. Then, itong principle na to, ito, the same siya dito. Nag-iba lang sa variable. So, ibig sabihin, itong value na to, magiging equal na siya sa 0. Ito, magiging equal na sa 0. So, ibig sabihin, itong whole term na to, equal to 0 na siya. Then, ang problemahin na lang natin, itong natitirang equation. So, plus, so add siya. H approaches 0 of, ayusin natin yung equation, sin h over h multiplied to, so na titira, cosine x multiplied to cosine x plus the limit as h approaches 0 of h. Ayun. So, ito na yung kabuuan. As you notice, ito, limit as h approaches 0 of sin h over h is the same as ito, sin x over x. Ito daw is equal to 1. Therefore, ito naman is equal also to 1. Magiging na siyang 1. Ibig sabihin, wala na to. Hindi na natin siya maproblemahin. Ang sunod na gagawin natin is i-evaluate na natin. So, sin x divided by cosine x times cosine x cosine x plus the limit as h approaches 0 of h. Ang value niya is 0. So, ibig sabihin 0 siya. Ibig sabihin, matitira sin x divided by cosine x times cosine x plus 0 is just x. Then, as you notice, sine divided by cosine x equal po siya sa tangent. Then, magli-leave siya ng 1. Separate natin para malinaw. Times 1 over cosine x. Ibig sabihin, itong 1 over cosine x, di ba, si secant x. Then, ang value ng sine x over cosine x is tangent x. So, ayun po. Ganun po yung pag-prove ng derivative ng trigonometric function na secant x